All right. Welcome. Subscribe, right?
Yeah, why don't you do the intro this time?
Hit the like.
See how you like it.
Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Seriously, guys, it really helps the channel. If you're fans, tell your friends.
We're up to 36 subs now.
I don't even know how that's happening. Yeah. And, yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Do you like grapefruit?
I'm Matt Hardy. Yeah. Do you? This is a hot stuff.
Do you like grapefruit? Because
I can see you scribbling that in your notebook for today's show.
I've been sitting on this for weeks.
That's what it felt like.
And I'm playing it off like it came off the top of my head. No, this is just
Oh, wait, I forgot. Do you like grapefruit?
in the middle of your intro.
I do, but I like it as a flavor of these.
That's what I was just about to say. Grapefruit itself is one of the worst fruits in the world. But this grapefruit seltzer is probably my favorite flavor of seltzer. But I don't like grapefruit itself.
Me neither. It's true. When was the last time you sliced?
That was such a demonstrative me neither, but had no follow up. Me neither.
This is we started off
Should
very
we end
hot.
the pod? This is pretty good. We can end it right now.
Yeah, Samaha, you have a hard out anyway. 2 minutes. I can't remember the last time I bought a grapefruit. You know where I think grapefruit got a bad rap? Just is the old people in the cottage cheese. You have
Cottage cheese.
Oh, you haven't seen that? Like where like people like cut a grapefruit open and they put cottage cheese in it?
I've never seen that, but it is an old person fruit, right? You think because it's
That's
so
what I think.
strong and their like taste buds aren't as prime as ours?
Yeah, maybe.
Like in your old age, you need some sort of kick.
Right, it's like whiskey fruit.
Yeah, it's like the cocaine
whiskey
of like, yeah. I just need a hit.
Ah,
I need
honey,
to taste something.
I can't taste anything. Bring that grapefruit.
Do we have any more grapefruit?
That's good. Yours is as like a sort of
Old British accent.
Yeah,
Yeah. Old
it's like-
17th century knight.
I can't.
Bring the grapefruit and my sword.
and my.
Oh, look at this.
sword.
We got the thing up.
Yeah. Oh wow. Will they be able to see this, Bet? Okay. Well, now you talk to us here. Do you like grapefruit, Sama?
I don't think I've ever tried a grapefruit, to be honest.
Why is this-
Where do you
Thanks for the
find
input, Samaha.
Well, he's confirming our. What's that?
one? Like, where do you can find a grapefruit at a supermarket?
I actually
Right?
don't know when
Yeah.
the last time I even
Yes.
saw a grapefruit.
You know what I mean?
Do you see grapefruit at
Oh,
supermarkets?
this is a good. Okay, so this is you're calling me out a little bit. I might struggle to pick out a grapefruit at a supermarket. Like,
Let's see a full grapefruit. Enough of this sliced grapefruit nonsense.
Yeah, because sliced, everyone can pick it.
Yeah.
That's,
Any jackass can pick a sliced grapefruit out of a lineup.
especially if it has cottage cheese
Yeah.
on top.
Actually, the cottage cheese, because I didn't know about it, that'd throw me off. If I saw cottage cheese on a
Really?
fruit, I'd go, I don't know what
Here's,
this. I just walk
yeah,
away. I go, I
yeah.
don't know what this
Here's
is.
orange versus grapefruit. The breakdown.
I love oranges though.
Folate.
Yeah, okay, this is
Folate.
So we can see
Total.
from this, we got a lot more vitamin A.
Less
An
sugar.
exponential amount of
Less-
vitamin A.
yeah.
So they're really good for you. That's the
Oh,
deal.
Yeah,
they're
grapefruits-
incredible. For
I
us.
might
be
need to
super
get in
good.
grapefruit now.
What is it? It
Yeah.
tastes like maybe like I think it tastes like a little bitter orange, right?
It's
Just a little
extremely bitter. Right?
Yeah, it's bitter. It has definitely an intense taste.
Yeah. I might start being the grapefruit guy. That's just muscling through it too. You could see that he's not
is-
enjoying it. But as he's eating, he's like, you know how much fiber's in this?
The guy who eats the grapefruit is a lot like the guy eating kale. There's a
Yes.
muscling.
The ginger and the
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah.
No one likes drinking a juice that has ginger in it, right?
Yeah.
It's disgusting, but you know that you're helping your body.
Ginger
Yeah,
like burns your throat coming down, but you know it must be good for you.
Yeah. Sama. Do you like the? I like Sama. Do you like the nickname Sama?
Sama?
Yeah.
Just the
so-
first-
So without the ha?
Just the first four letters
Because
of
it's
my
not
Yes,
funny?
just-
We leave out the ha?
Yeah, we
All
leave
right.
out the ha. Sama. I think it's kind of.
Sama.
Yeah. It has a nice flavor,
Yeah.
huh?
Well, that just sounded like everyone in high school pronouncing my name wrong. Like,
Is that right?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
usually how they would pronounce it. They would just leave off the end. I don't get
feel
why,
like-
like, you look at it, it's just so. Why is it so hard to pronounce when you look at it? I don't get it.
I don't know. There's a real fascination with your last name. Though.
I feel like Sama's a guy where he'll never wrangle down one nickname. It'll always just be fluctuating.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
to be personable.
You
to
know, there's some
whoever it
people where
is.
they like their nickname just always changing.
Yeah, that seems like you, Samaha.
Yeah, that's me, for sure. In high school, I had a lot of nicknames.
Clips,
Yeah.
Big Bambino.
I used to do the announcements in high school, like the morning
Really?
announcements. And the kids in my high school, I went to like a really urban high school, and they would call me the weatherman. Like when I got back to class. Yeah, so that was one nickname. Yeah.
I like that. I might call Sama the weatherman from now on.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
kind
that,
of a
dude. Do you know
sick-
anyone else that you call the weatherman?
No.
Wow, I actually like it now. Okay.
Yeah,
Weather-
Sama.
weatherman.
Storm,
Sama the weatherman.
the weatherman. Did you volunteer for that position?
Yeah,
to
I
do
did. Yeah, I did absolutely everything in high school. Yeah.
What to like for college and stuff? Or you just like doing it?
I just
like
like
get into
doing it.
college?
Yeah. I guess too. They said that was important, maybe, and maybe that's why I want to do a lot of stuff. So I was like on the robotics
Did
team.
you do any of that stuff?
Yes.
Did you do any?
I did like Key Club. I did.
I did Habitat for
Sport-
Humanity. I did like
Yeah.
100. My mom was like, "We have to do 100 hours of Habitat for Humanity," and I hated it, dude. It
Yeah.
was so because all these we would usually do Habitat for Humanity in like these big group. We were just like a small part of the bigger group. Like 20 people would show up to
Right.
build these houses.
Yeah, my sister did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like everyone was all jacked because it was like a group outing for them. But for me and my mom, it was just like to get me into a better
Yeah,
college. And I'm
yeah.
like, fuck this.
That's what, dude. In my high school, it was like a real thing. Like doing as much as you possibly could was a real thing. Like classes,
Yeah.
extracurriculars, sports. You tried to be captain of shit. You made shit up.
Yeah, I felt
It was-
real bad. Did you go to a school? Because like my school, I went to like Westminster. Shouts. Bartlett's.
Westminster.
I went to like a good. All everyone was like getting into good schools and stuff like that. And because we had such a small school, people would like only one person would get into like Harvard would only like take one kid from each
Right.
class. So there were
Yeah.
schools like that, and Kenyon was one. You know Kenyon?
Yes.
It's in like Ohio. So like
yeah.
I was getting recruited for basketball at Kenyon.
Ooh.
They gave me like a offer and stuff like that. The coach was calling me and all that. And this girl Margaret Miller in my class, she was the hottest girl in the class. Shouts Margaret.
Wait,
want-
the
you wanna
coach.
hear a
Wait,
fun-
you got recruited? Can we pin that?
We got to
'Cause I
pin
wanna
that
talk
because
about-
here's a funny thing. My brother
Yeah.
was taking pictures of me at graduation,
yeah.
and we sat in alphabetical order. So I was sitting next to Margaret Miller. So there are some pictures where it's just Margaret Miller. Like if you go back in my graduation photos. It's like just Margaret.
Right. Yeah, which brother was this? You're like, hey,
I'm like, dude,
what's
what?
going on
Yeah.
here? What are these portraits of
But Margaret Miller, she went early decision to Kenyon, which means that like she really wanted to go. That was like her top school.
Yeah, we had 25 or something like this number. People get an early decision to Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But she didn't get in because I was the one person they were going to take from Westminster. She had better grades than me, better
Yeah.
everything, but I was getting recruited for basketball, and they thought I was coming, so they declined her and accepted me, and I turned down the offer. I remember the coach calling me up.
That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Dude, these coach, such a stupid. I went out there. Do you know where Kenyon is? It's like in the middle of Ohio. I went to visit.
You did a visit.
I did a visit with like some other recruits and stuff like that.
Oh man, will say I do feel like I missed out. I was never I like recruiting. I'm interested in it,
Yeah.
and I never was recruited for anything.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
You go, it's
in
not.
the
They don't
moment,
roll
you
out
think.
the.
I mean, it's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It was sweet when I was like, dude, getting recruited.
Yeah,
But first,
it
like
was-
team was 3-17. We sucked. You know, this is Division 3 too. It's not
right.
like
Dude, this is Hogwarts.
No,
Right.
it's a really good school.
Oh, this
This
is
is
it.
literally the hall in Hogwarts.
it's a
This
top.
is
It's a
nice
top school.
though. This reminds me of when I went to Lehigh for a visit with my dad.
Yeah.
And
Where is
that's-
Lehigh?
It's nearby. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I think it's in Pencil. I actually don't know. But it's a nice. This is a nice camp. This looks like a nice campus.
Well, that's the thing. I got picked up from the airport by this like guy that worked
Yeah.
at Kenyon, right?
Nice.
And it was just this van. It was me and him. And it was a 3-hour drive to Kenyon, or like
yeah.
2-hour drive, and it was just cornfields and cornfields. And I'm trying to do small talk, so I'm like, "What is all this stuff?" He goes, "You never seen a cornfield before?" And I was like, "I'm not coming to this school."
Yeah, the original guy pisses you off.
Yeah.
I could see
Well,
you
I-
sitting in this chair for sure. Like you'd be in the chair.
Yeah,
in front
reading.
on the campus.
Yeah, the power.
Pretending to read.
All right, where's everyone at? You got to stop pretending to read.
We'll be calling that back for like many
Yeah.
episodes.
yeah. No, I was reading. I just knew that reading wasn't my top priority. My favorite book ever. My question about recruiting was: did they ever roll out the not like because obviously it's D3. They're not gonna put a jersey on you and be like, "Hey,
They've got restrictions
Jesus.
for D3.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
getting like a Lambo isn't like popping up in my driveway on
Right.
like a Saturday morning.
Yeah, they're not gonna have women in a dorm room.
I'm averaging like 13 points a game.
But I would think that maybe they'd go like something kind of even funnier, which is the low budget version of that, where they're like, "Hey, this South Quad has like free dining."
Yeah. We got a good meal
Right.
plan for you.
Did they do anything like that?
Nah, they were like saying how good the school
Good-
is,
good-
academics and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the funniest was when I told
They bought
the
you-
guy would call me up like once a month, Coach Orozco, and just say, "Hey, how's the season going? How's life going? You know, all this stuff."
He would not.
And I'm like,
Coach
I'm like,
Orozco?
yes, Coach Orozco. It was so funny and like
Yeah. And your mom would be like, "Coach Orozco
Coach Orozco
is on the phone."
is on the phone. I'm like playing Halo, and I'm like, God damn it,
Do you know about this kid?
Ryan Terrell.
Ryan
no.
Terrell.
Who
So
is this
he
guy?
plays D3 at Yeshiva, right? And he's getting looked at by like NBA teams.
Really?
Yeah, he's 6'7". He's really good. He's like a shooter.
What's
and
he
point
averaging?
guard.
Oh, he's
How do you know
D3.
about this guy? Just ESPN?
Yeah, he's really hot.
He looks good. He looks like he has
So
a good body.
he scored his highest points this season was 51 points against Manhattanville. That was
Where does he go?
I will say.
Yeshiva. It's a Jewish university. It's
Where is it?
in New York.
Oh,
in the
New
city.
York.
Oh, he's in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he might be in the NBA as like
He's,
the first
but he's not a
Jewish-
Euro guy.
No, he's from LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he might be the first Jewish with like a yarmulke on.
Yeah,
in the
and
NBA.
white and Jewish.
You have to
He's-
play with the Yarmulke during.
No, he chooses to.
That's funny.
Well, actually, at Yeshiva, I don't know.
Hey, stop knocking my fucking yarmulke.
As he
yeah. yeah, he's
he's
just
running.
like, he's fucking.
the defender's like, whoa. I don't know what's. Yeah.
He's got to shoot. You know,
Everyone
fucking-
thinks it's like, you know, how, like some players when they go for a dunk, that's like a swaggy move. They go like this. He's doing just to like keep the yarmulke on.
That's a good NBA logo. That should be the next one.
with the yarmulke.
Is that offensive what we just did? Or
No,
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 All
no,
right,
no.
cool.
I mean,
no
no one
offense, team.
No, we love
Yeah.
the Jewish and Yiddish
Yes.
persuasions,
Big fans.
and I've exclusively only dated Jewish women at this point. So I grew up around lots
Actually?
of Jewish. Like my long term relationships have been almost. I think there was maybe one. My long terms have been all Jewish women, but it's just a funny idea to if you were like if you were devout enough that you actually cared to attempt to wear.
Right.
There's headbands too, you know, like LeBron wears a headband.
Yeah, he gets
So-
a modified yarmulke, so
Yeah,
like it's got
that's-
straps. It's part of the
That would be
headband.
sick, dude. I mean, yeah, I just think it's funny. Like I remember I went to Tulane for another college visit, and they had an unlimited meal plan, and I couldn't get over it. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "You mean you have buffet style, all you can eat?" And my
throughout,
dad,
throughout the tour.
yeah, my dad.
Every like 10 minutes, you're like, wait, I got another question on that meal plan that you were talking about earlier.
No, legitimately, my dad was like concerned. He was like, "Matt, why are you so hung up on the meal plan?"
He goes, Dad, shh.
Dad, let me ask. I was like, is this every place on campus?
So that guy over there can eat however much he wants
Whenever.
at any time of day. Please confirm or deny that fact.
You just start pointing to people.
You go,
Okay,
where
so
do I
this guy-
sign up?
Yeah, that's what I was like. This is unbelievable, Dad.
The guy-
Do you know how I'm going to save so much money?
Dude, that's the best about college, like college tours and stuff, is that
Yeah.
everyone has different types of like you see what each person actually values
Yes.
when you're on the tour. They're like, wait, how long is the pool open for? And you're like, what do you care about the pool? You know?
Yeah. Someone's like, what tenured professors, what quality of professor is
Yeah.
teaching here? And I'm over here like, man, this meal plan is elite. Nowhere have I been has there been such a staggering meal
Does
plan.
this tour go through the dining hall? Like, are you gonna?
Dude, like I remember Villanova had a movie theater in their student union and that also fucked my head up. I was like, these are the two things obviously I fucking give a shit about.
Dude, what were some weird? There was some like what? Yeah.
But did they? Well, so they did get you a ride from the airport. So that's like low budget, like pulling out some stops. Did they take you to the gym?
Here's another. Well, they took us to the gym. We watched practice or whatever. It was me and like 3 other kids that were visiting, you know,
Dude.
and we didn't know each other, right? We were just
Right.
like the recruits.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
recruits are here, you know. And they're like, can you dunk? And I'm like, yeah, I can fight.
That was a big.
That's like the big thing at a D3 school because they can't. You know what I mean? Even
Can
they're
you
impressed by a
dunk?
dunk. But that night, so the coach was like, all right, guys, take it easy on them. Because then the coaches like let the kids take him out for dinner and like go out.
Oh,
So
okay, nice. Yeah.
we went out drink. There was a party night.
Yes.
And so we all went out partying and like they were giving us like gummy shots and stuff like
Right.
that. And like they're like, are you a lightweight? You know, I don't want to get in trouble here. And I'm like, no, do whatever.
Meanwhile, you're already getting shit faced.
Yeah. There's this one kid that kept on asking about it. He goes, how often do you guys get drug tested? Like one of the recruits.
Was he really?
Yeah, he's like, you guys get drug tested for weed? And then the guy was like, yeah, but we know when it's coming, so we like get urine. And they were like talking about how to bypass the drug screens.
Oh my god! At that stage of life, overcoming drug tests is so much of conversation.
Yeah.
Like that was in that show Euphoria too.
Oh, do you watch that?
I watched it.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I thought.
I need to watch
I
it.
thought it was fantastic. Yeah, I think both seasons.
By the way, I
were
saw the new Batman. We pinned that.
yeah, we should pin that because that'll just finish the episode.
Yeah.
It is funny when people are like, you know, are you a lightweight? And they're like, you're getting fucked up. You know, they're
Yeah,
like,
I'm
giving
a
you
junior in
drugs.
high school.
Yeah, you're giving me cocaine. Am I a light? I'm gonna be a wreck tonight and forever now. I've smoked a pack of cigarettes. You've
Yeah.
got me doing cocaine.
And the other thing is like these
I hope
guys.
you're not a lightweight.
These guys are also like freshmen in college, so they're lightweights too. They're like, you a lightweight? Everyone's a lightweight. Dude, this guy brought out these
Everyone's
like
a lightweight.
this guy had like a little mini fridge.
No
in his-
one's. It's like one guy.
Everyone's like throwing up after like 2 drinks.
We had that. Yeah.
Dude, this guy, when I was there, it was like maybe 7 o'clock. It's early, and he brings out this tray out of his mini fridge. It's a bunch of gummy worms, and there's like
That are, like-
liquid around. And he goes,
Yeah.
he looks at his room. He's like, "You think it's gonna work?" And I'm like, "What is this?" He goes, "They're like alcohol gummies.
Yeah.
If you pour vodka on gummy worms and let them sit, the gummy worms absorb."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is it? Like, can we just do shot like?"
Yeah. Why are we
mixing this up? Like the gummy worm is going to make it that much better. It's disgusting. They're like all like you would
Yeah.
pick it up, the gummy worm, because it was so soaked, it wouldn't hold intact. It would like mush in
Yeah,
your
it was
fingers. Gross.
that shit was a waste.
Yeah.
I don't know why people got so into that.
Thing I remember, I told Coach Orozco that I wasn't going. Like later, like there was
Oh,
a
you
point
told
where
him?
my mom was like, "If you're going to Santa Clara, you got to tell this guy that you're not going to Kenya." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"All right." So
right.
I called Coach Orozco, and I never called him. He always called me, so he knew something was up. He's like, hey, how's the year going? You finished out the season? I'm like, good. And I was like, yeah, I just want to let you know, I think I'm going to go to Santa Clara.
After this weekend you've had.
This was like a month later,
yeah.
and he goes, really? And I go, yeah. He goes, have you thought about this? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's all I've been thinking about, dude. This is the biggest decision of my life at this point. I'm going to college, you know?
Yeah, dude, I would imagine getting recruited probably kind of weighs on you a little bit.
Well, I mean, you know me, I'm like rational. I'm I'm not going to go to the NBA.
Right.
There's just delaying reality 4 more years for me.
Yeah, and you said Santa Clara that was probably a gorgeous.
That's the thing. I was in my head, I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah, look up Santa Clara, dude.
I'm so
Santa
jealous.
Clara.
Dude, that sounds like my dream. I tried to go to law school out in California, like applied to like
Santa Clara. In my opinion, it can't. And everyone's biased about their school. It can't be beat.
No, this isn't.
It literally can't be beat.
I don't even want to see it.
70 degrees.
This is completely inappropriate.
70 degrees, sunny.
You're not going to
palm trees. Why am I going to Ohio? And I got a scholarship to Santa Clara, academic.
You did? Wow.
Or merit. I think it was a merit scholarship.
Yeah, you got these 2 chicks.
But did you go in college? I think we may have talked about this like way back when. Did you ever go in College Prowler?
No.
When looking at schools, it was a website where you can it rates everything.
Oh, maybe
nightlife, housing, food, girls, guys, academics, all sorts of shit. It rates it all. And so I was looking for great weather, great academics, and I was also looking for a big difference between guys and girls. I wanted like A girls and then like C guys. You know, so
right.
Residential dining. Is this Santa Clara dining plan?
Yeah. See, here you go. Most is a right.
Yeah, I remember hitting up my parents like I need more points.
This was a point. You know what I used to do to bypass this? I had a sneaky move at Michigan. So I would go to the dining hall and I would ask the guy at the front gate desk. I'd say, "Hey, listen, I'm here to apply for the part-time hours." And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead. The chef's in the back." And then I would walk into the kitchen, and then once he was done, I would just curve off, and I would never apply.
Oh, so you just pick up? It was an all-you-can-eat type thing?
Yeah. But you had to use your points to get in.
Right.
So I would
but
just
once
be
you're
like,
in, it's free for all.
Exactly.
Oh man, was it good or no? Your dining.
I mean, it was like some of them were better than others. Some of them were better. I mean, M Dining now, yeah, who knows how it is now. But some of them, because I remember like I would eat at South Quad a lot. That's where the athletes ate.
Yeah.
You know, it was good, solid.
Did you have this where like at my school, some of the restaurants nearby off campus would accept dining points?
Yes.
That was killer, dude.
The Union accept a couple of other places, yes.
Go Smoke Eaters and get like just buffalo chicken tenders like every meal. Oh.
I loved that. We had
dude, I told Samaha, I was like, Hardy's got some legendary college stories. I feel like we need to get a college story out of Hardy.
Legendary. Well, one popped into my head when you were talking about the recruiting video the recruiting trip was our Big Brother night.
Hardy comes in. The basketball team recruits Hardy to come in and recruit the guys because Hardy's so fun. They're like, we need to get Hardy and party with these guys.
I would be very good at that.
Can you imagine that that's a role where they're not on the basketball team? They're like a recruiting master. They're like, take this drink. What do you need? You need weed.
Yes.
Girls, guys, whatever you want. We got it.
Let's you got whatever you write. Yeah. Whatever you let's get this night started off right.
Put on this shirt.
Yeah. Put on this button down. let's get our hair slicked up.
And meanwhile that guy's a loser.
Yeah.
He's like, no one likes him. He goes to the party, he goes, yo, what up, dude? Everyone's like, fuck.
This
guy's here again.
This idiot.
Anyways,
I would get in trouble is what would happen if they did that with me. Like, because I would get people.
The recruits are missing.
That's what I'm saying. People get too fucked up. Yeah. People get way too fucked up. This Big Brother night we
For
had
fraternity?
Yeah. So you get matched up with a younger loser, right? So he's like one of the first semester guys. Kind of he's pledged. He's starting to.
Did you guys rush in the first semester, like right off the bat?
I didn't. Some of my great friends ended up being first semesters, but I was second semester.
Yeah.
So there were only 10 of us,
Yeah.
and I was second semester. And but this is a year later when I'm now in the frat,
Right.
or 2 years even, where I'm living there, and now there's a new group of initiates.
You're in the house.
Yes.
How many? Like 50 people?
Yeah, maybe like 60.
Oh.
And there's maybe 40 living in the house. 35, 40 kids living in the house. A disaster, bro. I mean,
How sticky is that floor? You're not walking out into the living room without shoes on.
dude, sticky isn't the half of it. Everything, every morning, something somewhere has been shattered. So there's just shit everywhere. It's broken. People's shit is stolen a lot.
Yeah.
Like lots of times there'd be like a fire extinguisher just loose that'd been sprayed the night before on the floor. Just like crazy shit. You'd come back and see what was always the remnants of something people got into the night before.
Yeah.
You'd come in, you'd be like, this isn't our table. Or like, where'd someone get half a tree? And then like you'd like
And
try
none
to
of it made sense. The items didn't make
Yes,
sense. The
that's
items
right.
weren't useful.
right. You're like this. We can't even use this. We have so many problems in the house, but we can't even use this. And then you sort of investigate.
Why is there a pile of gravel?
Yes.
Why do we have mulch
No, that's like exactly
in our living room?
Okay, so mulch like happened. That happened. I remember we had like a bunch of dirt. Someone like
Mulch happened.
picked up a tree, dug up a tree. And then you'd be asking your buddies, like, is this you? He's like, you were with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, maybe this is the new gang, who knows, I once told this great little, did this one. One guy got there was always a guy that got a hot tub in his room. Did you know a guy like this?
No,
He
man.
was the most Van Wilder shit I've ever seen.
It was a makeshift hot tub, or like
It was a hot tub. It blew up. It
installed-
blew up.
right?
Yeah, but it was a giant fucking hot tub.
How does he
I know.
get rid of the water after the?
I don't. Bro. I go, his name was Raj. I'm like, Raj. Yeah, I go. I'm like, bro, this isn't going to work out. You got a giant, and by
You
the way,
knock on Raj's door. He goes, "Who's there?" I'm relaxing. You walk in. There's a lava lamp and a little neon red, and he's just sitting there in the hot tub. He
That's
goes, "What do you want, Hardy?"
Bro, that was exactly what it was like. I remember the one time I went down there, because you got to understand, people are partying. They're going out. They're having fun. Some weirdo with a hot tub in his room after a while isn't the coolest thing.
Yeah.
You think it is, but you're like, bro, leave your room. I don't want to go sit in this weird water in
Yeah.
your fucking room.
Who's been in this tonight?
Yeah. This thing's like weird and gross, and he wasn't the coolest guy. I love you,
Yeah.
Raj, but he wasn't like the guy in the frat that like everyone was like, he was a good guy.
Right.
But he wasn't like one of the hippest, coolest.
In his
guys.
head, he's like, "Hot tub.
He goes,
That's my move."
well, I
His
remember.
his older brother calls me. He goes, "You know what I did when I was in college?
Here
Hot
she goes,
tub.
Raj.
That's something that like gets passed down amongst brothers, dude. You got to be the hot tub guy." He goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yes, Raj. Just get a hot tub. Trust me. Everything else will fall into place."
This is the one key piece. I remember too, he sent an email over the summer to the house about, he goes, guys, just to let you know, I'm getting a hot tub. Come fall. And I remember I was partying, so I'm going, wow, this fall is going to be legendary.
Yeah.
This guy's getting the hot. What the hell is going to go on in this house?
I love the emails to the fraternity. I've only
Yeah.
sent one email in my career at my fraternity to the whole fraternity. It was when my parents were visiting. I only visited like once.
No way.
And I sent an email. I go, "Mr. and Mrs. Miller will be visiting this weekend. If you see me, you do not know me." I like told everyone. I was like, "Do not come up to me. You do not know me. All right."
That's the most frat
And I go, "I don't want
thing
to."
ever.
I go, "No weed in my house for this weekend.
It's the most you're like a spot, like you're like having to like explain it to people, being like, you do not know me is exactly what it's like being in fraternity. My dad wouldn't let my mom in the house when she visited. No, my dad made her stay in the car. I swear to God. And when my dad walked in, there was a dead squirrel on the walk-in. And he was like, "Oh my God!"
He's
man.
like, "How
Good
long
for
has
your
that
mother."
been there?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
Like that's how long it's been.
We go, yeah.
The squirrel or the other animals that are dead in here?
Dude.
Which squirrel?
We got Dad. That's the least of our problems. We got a fucking dry turd in a armoire. This is true. We had a dry turd in an armoire for 6 months. That no one just swept away. No one. We were like, this is a fucking real problem.
Yeah, you know how like there are rat traps where like it's sticky floor so that it can't move, or like cockroach traps. That's how the squirrel died. It comes into your into your place, and there's so much beer and stick, it like can't move out of the floor.
Yeah, it just gets stuck in the first floor, dude. But so that's actually a true. One time we came back from winter break, and there was a homeless guy living in the house. He was just living in the, and I always joke that I think he thought it was abandoned. He was like, "Oh, no one lives here." Like who? No homeless guy goes into a real home. You know,
You walk in, you go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, so-
It's like cooking up a hot dog over a fire.
hey, that's
What are
my
you doing here? Get out of my house.
This is my room, asshole. No, because he was
He's in the hot tub.
Yeah. He's in Raj's hot tub. So Raj's hot tub eventually got popped.
Yeah, I'm sure I could see
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happening.
yeah. So it was and then there was this great moment when I was in the house where so this was a real thing in our house. This is so gross too. People would just urinate out the windows, right? Because the bathrooms were just not really working often. So they would just, pee. Or maybe this was me more than other people, but I was doing this. And one time I'm peeing out the window and I see Raj's dog, right? Because Raj also had a small dog. I don't know why. This guy was living as though he was like a normal guy. I'm like, it's a fraternity house. Like, you shouldn't have a dog.
Yeah.
So I start leaking, but I start like peeing on the dog, like towards the dog.
Aiming for the dog.
Yeah, I'm like, get this fucking Raj's dog out of here, right? And then
What was the dog's name? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember. But then all of a sudden I see Raj. He was walking his dog. So his head comes fucking popping up like, hey, what the fuck? You know?
What movie is that in? Is that Van Wild? Is it Van Wild or American Pie where they this guy gets a girl to like rub lotion or something on it? Like,
Yeah, I think it's Van
and
Wilder,
then they pee
right?
out. Yeah.
Yeah. The girl gives him the massage.
Yeah. Oh man. I remember my at one point there was so much destruction at Otter.
Yeah.
I was living at Otter sophomore year, which was the worst. Everyone knew that it was the most disgusting house. Like every single year, no matter who lived there, it was the most disgusting house.
Yeah.
My door to my room was there was no door. There was no window. The window had been shattered. There was no electricity either. The electricity was out, and no one knew how to fit. It was, and then my the window to the main room in the base in the ground floor was also broken. I remember there was a senior living there for some reason at Otter too.
Yeah.
And he like kept on leaving me voicemails like, "Miller, you have to get the window fixed. This is not okay."
Yeah.
And I just like disregarded it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. He goes, there's theft and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to pay for a window.
No, dude, this happened the same thing. It's the same thing happened to me.
I go, we live in California. There's nothing. There's no mosquitoes.
Right.
It's 70 degrees.
Yeah, live with it. Things aren't going to work. We used to do, that's how we used to kind of deal with that kind of stuff. We'd be like, oh, yeah, you got a hole in your door? Fucking, that's base. Because we lived in basement. We call that's down base. And they're like, what? Like,
You lived in a basement?
like,
Did you
yeah.
have
like,
windows? in your room or no?
This was senior year when we had the senior house. There was one that you could peer through,
Yeah.
which everyone did one time where I was hooking up with this girl. Like I looked over, it was Halloween. It was just they were all just like someone came through the window because they had stacked themselves up too much. They were pushing the fucking window open.
What was your costume that night? Do you remember both?
Yeah,
your costumes?
we were Anchorman. I was Ron Burgundy one year with the news team.
That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Did you run into any other Ron Burgundies too, where it kind
I
of
don't
like
think.
that's the worst when you're a
Yeah,
costume and
yeah.
you run into another one of you and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
isn't as
Someone
cool
out
anymore.
doing your Ron
Yeah, yeah.
Burgundy.
And
Yeah.
you both Ron Burgundy each other. Oh, hello.
That's yeah. Oh. Oh.
The fight scene breaks out.
Yeah. Oh,
Pull
listen.
out weapons.
Yeah. It appears there's another Ron Burgundy. All right. I see how it is. I talked like that for like 2 years after that movie.
The fight scenes were so funny. And,
Oh
like,
my
the
God,
random
dude.
objects they would pick up and just like hit each other with.
Yeah. He's like, Brick, where did you get a hand grenade? And then he gets stat. And then the best one's after where he's like, that's like one of my favorite movies ever. He goes, yeah, Brick, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You're going to want to get a safe house outside of town because you were probably wanted for murder. He stabs a guy with a trident.
I need to rewatch Anchorman.
Dude,
man.
but so this big so
Yeah,
to,
Big
to finish
Brother.
this,
We've got a lot of pins. Oh, you have a hard out at 2:15, Samaha?
yeah.
We're flying on all cylinders.
With his heart out. This Big Brother night though, so it was very drinking oriented. So like almost everything that was like kind of haze, like a little bit of drinking haze. It was like, okay, we're just gonna be drinking like crazy.
Yeah.
So you get a little brother, and then there's this Big Brother night, and you're doing keg stands. You know, I remember I did like a 2-minute, 30-second keg stand.
Slapping each other on the chest.
It was the stuff of legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally.
Were you a big keg stand guy?
Yeah. I was very good at a keg stand. I knew how to time up, like no matter how fast you could pump a keg stand.
Right.
I figured out how to this method of like letting my mouth fill up with beer for a while, so you're not drinking all the time, and then you take a power sip and then you let it do it again. So it was on. I was controlling the pace. You literally couldn't make it so that I would spit it out. So long story short, so we do all this drinking, and then the scene in this room on the second floor of the frat where the Big Brothers had gotten these little brothers so drunk. One kid had broken his nose. Yeah. So his nose is just broken, and he's just like running around the room like, what do I do? What do I do?
You're like a keg stand. That's the obvious choice.
I'm like, dude, how did you break your nose?
Yeah, is this supposed to be like friendly and all that? Like,
He's like bleeding. Yeah, it's supposed to be friendly. So this
Yeah.
is what happened. So this is where the story goes. So I'm like, a guy whose name was Amir. I'm like, Amir, like we gotta get it together. Like let me hold your nose. Like
everyone's drunk too, so they're like, no, this is how you do it.
Right. So that's the thing. Like no one could help no one could help anyone because another kid, we're like, hey, let's help Amir. This other kid was just vomiting out the window. Right. So he'd open the window
On the dog.
Yeah, just
He's aiming.
just puking on Raj's dog, and that kid was like, that kid was no help, right? So those are two of the guys. Then there was another guy that had, he was in the trash can. He was like so drunk, he was like in this trash can. And
was he happy to be in the trash can, or was he upset?
No,
he was like giggling.
Yeah, he was like in the trash can. He was like having fun with it. Like
He was in the trash can having fun with it.
yeah, dude. And I remember one of the brothers comes up to me and goes, "Yo, you got to go down. We got to go downstairs. Tall Mike. We can't find Tall Mike." And I'm like, uh-oh. And this is like one of the other little brothers. Yeah. And I'm like, all right. And my buddy Rich, he's like, all right, he'll go down and get Tall Mike, right? And So he goes down to the first floor bathroom and he opens it, and this guy's pants are at his ankles, and he's just shit all over the bathroom. Like, not, he's just shit his pants. And we're like,
This tall Mike?
yeah.
Is he
We're like-
awake or is he like passed out?
He's
When you open it up, does he like do a take at you guys and like there's shit everywhere?
he's really past. He's good. He's like not fully conscious. Like he was
Yeah,
like
but-
really drunk.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and we're like, oh my god, we got to get no. Come on, tall Mike. And we're and so then like the
I don't know what's worse.
it's
Getting a
insane.
broken nose or
That's what I'm saying.
shitting all over
That's what I'm
a bathroom.
saying.
I honestly don't know which one
so-
I would want to deal with the next morning.
So the president of the class, the Blake, comes up to me and he goes, "Dude, is this normal?" For Big Bro, because like all this shit, he's like, "Is this how it usually is?" Like,
Yeah.
he didn't get that. This guy wasn't as drunk. He's like, "Is this how it usually?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think
You
we
look
went-
at me, you go, it's only 10 p.m.
yeah,
Get ready.
get ready, you know, knuckle up." All I remember is looking
Knuckle
at
up.
Rich and being like, "Dude, I think we fucked up. Like, I don't think it's supposed to." I was like, "Ryan, I think this is a little over. I think we went overboard on this."
What were you guys
ordeal."
drinking? Like beer? Or do you guys do like handles of like
We did.
Everclear and shit? You're doing
Yeah,
like
we start out. I remember at least we start out. The tradition was with the Edward 40 hands.
yeah.
So you
What 40s would you do?
like
Mickey's,
for the old 40,
Old English,
the Old English,
Steel Reserve,
Steel Reserve.
dude.
So everyone,
Those Steel
yeah.
Reserve 40s, man.
Dude, 40s. Did you drink? I drank like decent amount of 40s when I was in college.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
we would
yeah.
we would do 40 hands to pregame.
Yes, that's what I'm
Or
saying.
like Loco
Yeah,
hands,
yeah.
40 hands.
Oh my god, you said that one time. Loco hands probably.
Loco hands was what? Because it would go. You would finish it too
I don't-
quickly. Like
yeah.
Steel Reserve, at least you'd like get some like where
That's
you're like,
right.
I need to like. If I drink another sip, I might throw up because it's so much to digest right now.
Yeah, it's
Loco,
gross.
you could be done with that in like 20 minutes. And then because you're in college, you like need something to drink at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though you finish 2 Locos, your mind is saying, I need something else to drink. I need something in my
Absolutely.
hand.
Yeah.
I need to be drinking something else.
Yes, absolutely. We did 40s a lot. We would do this thing too where I don't know if you did this. We would just we called it Hey Hey Alley because we called beers hays when we
Yeah.
were in college. We toss me a hay. Let's grab some hays. We hay in a night.
Yeah.
So we would get 30 racks of hays and we would just line them up in our main area, like and call it Hey Hey Alley
Yeah.
and just start getting shit faced. And it would just spiral into a party usually.
Yeah.
This was my senior year.
40 hands, man.
Yeah, but we had some legendary there was always a thing in the frat where like if you ever bought food or like Gatorades or like liquid hydration, people would have like they would get like a beat on it, like information. They would be like, "Yo, Kreitzer parents just went and bought him a bunch of
Oh,
stuff,"
yeah.
and you would go raid their room.
Did they have Did you guys have keypads? But everyone
So-
knew the keypad.
Yeah,
Like,
so one of our buddies, Feldman, he got so
Feldman.
much shit taken.
Feldman was the guy that
Yeah.
had the skinny on every keypad lock. You're like, Feldman, we
Bro.
need to get you. He goes, all right, I got the keypad.
I know this guy's lock. No, he got a lock because he had this shit. His stuff.
Not everyone's
taken.
rooms were locked.
No, there were no,
We
almost
had
no.
keypads for ours.
Wow, no.
Every door had a keypad.
No, bro. We would have had that shit broken. We broke down a wall.
Because the door wouldn't open.
No,
You're
because
like, we'd rather go through the wall on this one.
we were drunk as hell and we were being idiots. We just broke down the wall between this guy's room and the hallway. His name was George.
How'd you do it? You like ran into it,
Yeah,
or did you get
no,
like an axe?
We had like the wall was like somewhat kind of plastery,
Right.
so it had cause someone had gotten it started, and so we were kind of we're jolly, you know, and then we're coming back and we're like, wow, this can really just pull right off, you know, and then that started pulling off more, and then someone just put a huge hole, ran right into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, aren't you glad that when
wild
we were in
time.
college, YouTube, Instagram, all this stuff
Oh,
wasn't
my
as
God.
big? Because I watch, like, I'll go on, like,
Dude.
YouTube, Instagram, and watch these, like, drunk videos. Like, this guy just, like, jumped through a window. And he gets up and goes, yeah, and everyone else is like, no. He got up thinking it was going to be a triumphant, and everyone goes, what the fuck? Like, can you imagine videos of that releasing
So
of you?
that would
Like,
have, yeah, that would
it
have
would
been
be
me.
bad, man.
Facebook. So there's even some, like had to get rid of it, but there was even a trail because Facebook was my freshman year. So there started to be a trail of some of this. If I go
Yeah.
back far enough, there's a couple parties where there's not video. There's like once in a blue moon, there was like a ridiculous video. Like we would do these ridiculous ways of drinking beer called teen-eners, where we would like take your coat and turn it into a funnel, like the back of your jacket, and then just pour a beer down it and drink it. And there's a video of that somewhere.
Would you put the jacket back on?
Yeah.
Like all wet? Dude. I hate.
Crazy. I mean, I told you.
You told me about your trouser beers.
Yeah, trouser haze.
Trouser
You
haze.
know, that was a real thing. That could go down, full beer down the
You
trouser.
you ever think that you do a seltzer, a trouser
Yeah.
seltz, just to go back to the?
I did.
You've
do
done
that.
a trouser seltzer,
I did.
sober.
I did. I did last year this year when I shot last year when I shot Bailing
Yeah.
in California. We did a behind the scenes. We were having like this dance party and we got it all on video and I do a trouser hay. And the cameraman goes down to the bottom of my jean so you can see the seltzer start pouring out the bottom of my jean.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Best 4 years of my life. I don't know if I could go back. You know what I mean?
Legendary.
Some of that
4
stuff I
years.
could like. I don't even know if I could even drink a Steel Reserve right now.
No, well, I certainly couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sober, so there was clearly Miller. Yeah, well you had a couple of ales last
Night, yeah. Dude, I got a pack of smokes last night for the first time.
Now we're
Dude,
talking. Do you still have them? Can I
I
bum
got-
one?
really? Today
I
after?
wouldn't mind a
I'll give you a smell, yeah. I'll give you the whole pack, dude. I don't want
no,
them.
no, do not, because then I'll have them.
Dude, I got every now, like, I probably haven't had a cigarette in probably like 2-3 years. Like,
By the way, can I just say, and Samal, I think you'll agree with this. I love your cigarette, the way your cigarette habit, the way you smoke cigarettes, which is you don't
yeah.
pretty much ever, and then like periodically because of like an event
Yes.
or something you think is like, I don't know. It's hard to describe the when and why you pick it, but then you go, all right, yeah.
I would love a pack of darts tonight.
That's what you. And
Like,
then
dude,
you go to-
I had barbershop, and it was like kind of cold out,
right.
and I
It was
like,
tough yesterday. Yeah.
yeah, I knew I was going to be drinking, and I was like, you know what, this would be a perfect night to have some darts, because barbershop is the perfect place to have a dart too, because there's open windows,
Yeah.
so you pop out, you have a dart, and you're almost still in the room.
You know what
I mean?
That's right. Right.
And you're about to go up, you're having your little dart, you can hear some chat or you can hear some
Yeah.
laughter, and you're just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah,
about
yeah.
to go up.
And you're getting that's a showman dart too, because people can see you darting.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
so that's a double dart where you know you're getting some looks as you dart.
I was strutting pretty close to that window. I wasn't down the street. I was right
Yes.
on the window.
Yes. That's the best kind of dart. In a lone dart, sort of sad. There's a certain
Right.
sadness. You have a full room of people going, and the light reflects a little bit off of the glass.
Yeah.
You know, taller guy. You're like, man, is that guy? Wow, is that the cold or is that a dart?
And this guy's getting into a vibe too. You know what I
Yes.
mean? They're like, oh, this guy's getting into a little zone out there before he goes up. And you kind of get a little tobacco stink on you as you're walking up. Like they catch a little smoke as you're walking up.
Yeah,
on
they get a
stage.
little bit of, and then you just vomit because you don't smoke.
I go, whoa, I'm lightheaded. Are you guys lightheaded right now?
I just had 4 cigarettes outside. Dude, on camera, that fucked. Well, go ahead, because I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll say after.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say is because I don't smoke. I like never
Right.
smoke. I smoke cigarettes once a year, maybe.
Right. That's what I'm
And
saying. The last time was.
I'll get a pack, and then people be like, "You mind if I bum a dart?" And I'm like, "Please." Like I'm giving them out. I'm even offering. I go, "You want a cigarette?" Because I want to get rid of all of them. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
of
want these
course.
fucking things.
I don't even smoke these things.
Yeah. And people come up to me and they'll be like, "You don't smoke." I go, "I know, I don't."
That's even.
Well, back to high school, it was the pack of gum. Remember, like you were everyone's friend if you had the pack of gum.
Yeah.
If you had a piece of gum.
Yeah. Oh wow! It really was the gum in high school. Did you have? I had that.
No, I wouldn't know.
Really?
No one gave a shit about gum.
Wow!
We brushed our teeth at my school.
The thing is, when you don't smoke cigarettes and then you do again, is you can really like. I've gotten nicotine poisoning like maybe twice in the last year, and here's the thing: on camera, since people are watching, it's a real dangerous dart because just like we're saying, like where people are checking you out at the show. When you have a camera on you and you're darting, wow, do you?
Well, you got to provide context. You were shooting.
Yeah, so I was shooting bail. Well,
Yeah.
there was two different ones. The movie had happened because we were supposed to be smoking cigarettes outside this office park, and it was the first shoot we did ever on the thing, and it was a 5-hour shoot with the executive producer, and he showed up, and we were supposed to have fake cigarettes, and we didn't. Okay. And we had been hanging out and eating ice cream and eating like shit the night before and having a blast because we had gone on a road trip out there
Yeah.
from New York to Ohio. So now we're up till 3 a.m. Now we just got up and we're going to the shoot. I got to take a dump. I'm like, we're tired. We get there and we start just chiefing cigarettes because we're supposed to be doing this in the scene.
Yeah.
So I probably had like, oh my God, probably had like 10 or 15 cigarettes in like 2 hours, 3 hours. And it really fucked me up. Like it was unusable. The rest
When you were
of the
watching,
footage
when you were
was
watching back on the footage, was there a
Yes.
huge difference between the first take and like the last take?
massive.
You're like
It
purple.
No, I was like very sick. It was unusable. And then another instance early on when I was shooting the thing for California, we went to Times Square, and this was a great shot. But I'm like smoking cigs in Times Square, and that was another one where you're like cameras on you, people are watching you, like what's this? You know, you got like a light going, you got like the sound guy.
Yeah.
So now you start darting and like, man, I want to make the dart look.
You're throwing some English on the dart.
That's right. You're like really ripping the dart
Yeah.
and you're blowing it in certain places. And I remember like being like, oh, I'm starting to feel sick because I had done it I'd done like that with like 3 or 4 darts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is when you have a pack of darts,
Yeah.
a lot of people come out of the woodwork
Yeah,
that
I
usually
just
don't
did.
smoke. You know what
That's
I mean?
right. There
Like
it just
even
happened on the
Ronnie,
pod.
I was like, Ronnie, you want a dart? He goes, yeah, why not?
That's perfect.
Dude, you want to hear a funny stuff? I was at barbershop. There was this girl that was like really fucked up in the audience.
Yeah.
Really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like blacked out. And one of the comments was like, you all right? And she's like, do you guys have any water? This is like during the show. And I was like, yeah, I got water. So I grabbed a seltzer. That's all I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed a seltzer water and I gave it to her. And then I watch her. She takes a sip and she goes, and she goes,
Really?
this isn't water. And we're like, yeah, it is, but it's seltzer water.
Yeah.
She goes, this isn't water. And like all of her friends, that's how drunk she was. She couldn't even like tell. She goes, this isn't water. Like she couldn't comprehend seltzer versus regular water.
What kind of darts did you get? Just as about.
I asked my buddy, I was
Please
like,
tell me you didn't not get Marlboro Reds again, did you?
no, I should have. That's my go-to.
Yeah, you've gotten that a few times, and I can't even smoke that.
That's my go-to. But I realize everyone's told me that those are like very harsh.
Yeah, they're so.
But that's all I knew. That's all
like the
my buddy.
grapefruit
My
of
buddy
cigarettes.
in college. That's all he would get is Marlboros.
Yeah,
So that's all we knew to smoke.
that's all you knew.
But this time I asked my buddy, I go, what's like the lightest cigarette?
Yeah.
And he said, get Marb Golds.
Oh, all right. Nice.
I got
That's
Marlboro
nice.
Golds.
Hell yeah, that's a good cig.
I'll give you the whole pack. I'm not gonna smoke today. I woke up with my throat, dude. My throat was like a fucking
Dude,
chalk.
I bought a pack of dart. I did Chris Brown show on Monday. Had a great set. Went after one of the victory dart. Bought a pack of darts. Smoked one of them. Threw them out.
God.
Such a waste.
You ever like toss it to like a homeless guy or something like that?
Yeah, I would.
like currency
Oh no,
for
I
them.
actually gave a homeless guy like 2 or 3 cigarettes. He
Yeah.
asked me for some as they came out of the store.
I don't think I don't think I cannot do menthol if I ever smoke a cigarette.
You like menthol?
Yeah.
I like menthol too. Actually, I
I'm not
don't.
against it.
It's a
but
drunk decision for me. If
Yeah,
I'm smoking a cigarette, it's only because I'm drunk.
Yeah, I'm not doing
That's the
midday
only reason.
cigarettes.
You'll have a yeah. You'll have a drunk cigarette. That's a night. Yeah.
That's
a nice-
that's my protocol.
Dude, outside the show though, someone almost got stabbed. It was wild. Yeah. This guy like brandished a knife outside the show in Harlem. I never get skeeved out in New York. And this was like, he was like telling the guy, I'll fucking stab you. And at first in New York, you're like, well, everyone's yelling.
Heard that a lot.
But then I looked and he had a knife. He had a legitimate knife. And the other guy was like, I was like, dude, this is fucking crazy. And luckily, for whatever reason, Chris Brown was telling me that the people that own the store next door are like tough motherfuckers. So they like came out and everything de-escalated immediately.
Really? It's like
yeah,
that?
yeah. And I
Where
was like,
people in the neighborhood know those guys, and they're like, if they come out and they're pissed, everyone relax.
that's exactly what happened. And Chris was telling me that as he's chiefing on a cigar. He's like, nah, those people, you saw how that de-escalated. And I was like, this is
Chris is the man.
Yeah,
dude.
no, Chris
He
is
was
the
on
man.
Baby Shower Tuesday, dude. He's so.
Oh,
fucking
do you have him
good,
on
man.
Baby Shower?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to his show
Oh, you got to go
in
up to
2
his-
weeks. You come up.
Yeah, I'm
I
in.
think he's the type of guy that'll just like throw
No,
you up.
he booked me, but he was like, dude, come on back. Yeah,
He told me he's
we're
like
buddies.
whenever you want. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like whenever you want to come. It's easy. Like
Yeah, and he's a and we've connected a lot too about sobriety.
yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know you had him on. Yeah, your show. Yeah,
He's the
dude,
man,
he
dude.
he came up with the cigar. Like his entrance was so great. I was early, so I didn't really get to make an entrance. It's the one problem with being early. I know you. It keeps killing me that I can't make an entrance. But then he comes. He's got the cigar going.
Yeah.
You know, he's fucking like, oh, how's the show? How they doing in there? You know, how's it looking?
Oh, he didn't start the show off.
No, he was like
Someone else did.
Yeah, he was. Well, no, he did, but he was saying like, how's it looking like for people and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a couple of comics had come up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
it was a fun show. Then he goes. For me, he goes. The next comedian's a movie star, and he can sing. So I go up and I just sing for like a minute and a half. I go out into the audience. I do this like Sinatra thing. Obviously, I can't sing. You know,
But that's perfect.
oh,
That's
it
what
was
you got to
perfect,
do.
bro. It was fucking. I go, Chris. That was a great little
Yeah.
alley oop. You know,
I love people sometimes ask me credits, and sometimes I'll give them like a weird. I'll be like, say
Yeah.
like Jeopardy.
Yeah,
You've
that's
seen him
funny.
on Jeopardy, and then you just roll with it. You know, do some weird. Get out of your head.
Yes,
You know.
yes.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
I had a very hearty moment.
I saw a picture and I go, this is. I mean, I can only imagine why your shirt's off, but it sounds
So I'm doing my set. There's this group of like 4 girls that come to like they've been to 4 Baby Shower shows in a row.
yeah.
So I can't do any of my material. They've heard it all, right? So I just
Yeah,
riff.
and you know them, yeah.
So I'm talking to this guy in the front row. He's got a nice shirt, like nice T-shirt on. And
Yeah.
I'm talking. I'm like, oh, it's a nice shirt. And then I make fun of my own shirt. I go, I've got like a Hanes original on.
Yeah.
I
I
know
know.
that-
I could see your white tee. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bullshit. And I go, my shirt's so shitty you could probably see my nipple
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
right? And I go, can you see it? They go, no, we can't see. I'm like, oh, probably because I've got
That's-
blonde nipples. I say I have blonde nipples. Just I don't know.
Right.
Like it's not even a thing. But then I start stretching it, and I go, you still can't see it?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we can't see it. I was like, too bad. And then one girl goes, take your
Yeah,
shirt off.
there it is.
And I go, should I take my shirt off? And they're like, yeah, take your shirt off. I'm like, nah, I'm not taking my shirt off. So I keep saying no. And now everyone starts chanting. They go, take your shirt off, take your shirt off.
See, that was the key. That was just the moment that changed to where it's actually kind of funny and enjoyable is when you ask them,
Right.
should I take, when you put it on them, it comes off you. Because, like, if you're just like, it could be like, why is this guy doing
Right,
this?
right.
But when you go, well, no, I'm not going to, like, should I take my shirt off, guys? If they make the decision, then it's fine.
Yeah,
Then it's like kind of ha-ha. Then you're like, you're the one who's like going with the flow.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll take my shirt. So I took it
Yeah.
off for like 5 minutes, and I was just talking about how my shirt was off like the whole time.
Oh, were you? That's
Yeah,
funny.
I was just like, I didn't do any material.
I
I was just talking about the shirt off.
Well, I'll see you there.
And,
I'm gonna come Tuesday.
And then I get off stage or whatever, and then after the show I go. I always talk to these like 4 girls to thank them for coming, you know.
Right.
And the girl goes, "That T-shirt thing was new. We haven't seen that before." And I go, "Yeah, it's not a bit." She goes, "You should write that down."
That T-shirt thing is new. Now you're like, now you feel like me, because that's what I would write down. I would go, T-shirt. Start with "Can you see my nipples?"
If I'm ever wearing,
Continue. Can you
now,
still
yes.
see my nipples? No. Okay. Wait for shirt off, or suggest I could take my no. Unless you guys want me to take my shirt, you know.
I would. That it's definitely at some point.
Right.
It's in my head.
Right.
I will never get rid of that thing. But
That's
so
right.
only if I'm wearing. But it's not like I'm going to wear a Hanes
No,
original
of
T-shirt
course.
to a set, knowing that
Like
I'm going
a
to do
me-
that.
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
you know,
like me
if
with
I
my
happen,
pants. Yeah,
if I
yeah.
happen to be in that situation.
But sometimes, and we could finish on this. Sometimes the
Samaha wants out because he's
Yeah.
got another podcast to go to. Guys, comment.
the ask, but sometimes like so this is a quick thing, like if it's ridiculous enough, like and you don't know if people are gonna be like on board. Like I was doing the reintroduce me the other day where I was like, bring me back up. The third time I did it, I was like, no, I'm not doing this again, right? Unless you guys want me to like have him bring me up again.
Right.
And then they began this like grassroots campaign to do it again. Right? And then you're fine. Then that's the exact
Grassroots campaign.
you know, then it's
to
like
bring you back
yeah,
up.
fine.
Wait, do we want to do this as a team, as a
Yes.
collective, or no?
It's
and they
gotta
go,
be a-
yes, we do.
Yes, it has to be a genuine. But if you just like turn them all, if you just like keep doing it without any input,
Right.
that's when it's kind of like yeah. It's like non-consenting almost.
Yeah. All right. We good?
Yeah. Goodbye.